Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your love and support in watching my previous videos. So today we're going to talk about nutrition, one of the most important segments of your training program. Hey guys, so today is the 8th of August and I'm 20 days away from the event. So, I'm going to start my day with a glass of water, which I love doing, warm water. And everything that I'm going to speak about today is actually what works for me best. It's a lot of trial and error, and I've seen over the last 2 months that I've been consuming these things that I've been suggested to eat and a little bit of research and obviously things that I know, and they've been working for me. I can see that benefit in my training, and I'm not saying that it will work for everybody, but if it does work for you, it'll be great. So do try it out. So I'm going to talk to you about what I prefer to do with respect to my diet. I've already had my breakfast, which is a egg white omelette and a toast, but I've also laid out certain things to kind of speak a little about them. So ideally for a runner, you need a lot of complex carbs, and especially if you intend to run the ultras. So my quotient of complex carbs is something like a sweet potato. I love it a lot. In fact, ever since I've started having the sweet potato, I've seen a lot of difference in my ability to push a little longer. I used to not have it earlier, I must confess that. Brown bread with some peanut butter adds to a lot of carbs, at the same time some energy that you necessarily require. But I'm going to generally tell you about what I do with respect to my diet. So I'm like a typical Indian guy who focuses on having his three course meal, typical breakfast, lunch and dinner. Again, a typical guy when I say so is because on certain days I'm vegetarian, on certain days I'm non-veg. And with respect, from tomorrow starts Shravan, which I follow pretty sincerely, which means I will actually go off all sorts of non-vegetarian food, which means even eggs for that matter. And then I need to up the protein quotient through something else, which is where my protein powder comes into place. I enjoy the Himalayan powder. It's pretty simple, pretty light. It is good protein, 22 grams per scoop. And with respect to the weight I have, which is about 67, 68 kgs right now, I think 3 scoops is just perfect with the kind of workout I do, because there is a lot of protein I also take in my diet through foods that supply you with the protein energy that you require, right from your soyas to paneer to sprouts and stuff like that. So I add a lot of this. Also, as you must be, oats are a great source of protein, and I personally don't like having oats just like that, so I kind of mix it with whatever I have. For example, even if I'm making dosa, I mix it in the dosa batter. If I'm having an omelette, I mix it in the omelette batter. So it is a little more tastier, and at the same time it gives you the necessary energy and protein that you require. So oats is a great option. And I must confess that I'm not somebody who wants to do this to be on the podium. So I'm not like an Olympic champion who wants to really focus on his diet. So I'm not very, very particular. I stick to doing simple things, keeping the regime that's not normally and naturally available at home. So your dals and rice and stuff like that is my food for the lunch, with a lot of sabjis, with a lot of carrots and cucumbers and stuff like that. Curd for sure. Curd is an excellent source of protein at the sense and energy. So you must add curd to maybe both times of your day. The meal, I prefer to have it more in the afternoon and less in the nights, but to your choices, sweet potatoes, as I mentioned, is something that you must really focus on. So I now have sweet potato as a substitute to salad, or as and when I'm hungry, I eat a little bit of sweet potato. Today in the evening, I have a 4-hour run, and I'm going to top it up with a little bit of ice cream. So why I brought this up is because I love ice creams, and I had tried to eat my ice creams post lunch or post dinner, and I realized that that is not a right thing to do. So I have started to now only have the little bit of ice cream when I want to go for a long run. So today afternoon, after I finish my lunch, I'm definitely going to have a scoop of ice cream. So that's more or less what I typically have at home. Bananas, apples as fruits on a consistent basis. I don't restrict myself from chocolates also. There's a bunch of them right there. But again, everything in limited quantity. So talking about macros, if you're a person who basically runs a half marathon or a full marathon, your typical diet should consist of about 50 grams of carbs, preferably a mix of complex carbs and the normal carbs, 30 to 40 grams of protein, and about 20 to 30 grams of fats. If you are doing a lot more intense workouts, like you are working out for 3 hours a day, or intend to run longer distances, maybe you got to up that quotient by a little bit. You need to add a lot more of these complex carbs in your diet, good quality protein, and of course continue to consistently have a little bit of fat. So you can play around the ratio, but approximately 50-30-30 or 50-30-20 is a simplest way of assimilating what amount of macros you need for every meal that you consume. So as a runner, you must make sure you don't run away from fats. Typically, fats are very helpful, especially when you want to do long distances. And there are healthy fats that you eat, your butters, your peanut butter, your nuts, etc. that you have. So these are good things to have. So don't run away from them. I've heard from people that they prefer to only have carbs and only have proteins, but no, that's not necessary. You should focus on eating all as a combination, and hence a certain percentage or a certain grammage of fat is extremely relevant along with your complex carbs and proteins. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to talk of hydration now, because that is extremely critical for us. Okay. So I go back on my balcony, and hydration, I think it's extremely important that you hydrate yourself very, very well. So besides nutrition, hydration plays a very critical role. So as a practice, I try to drink at least about 3.5 to 4 liters of water a day, and I complete the first half a liter as soon as I wake up. So I have about 2.5 glasses of warm water in the morning, which is my first quota of water, about half a liter. And then I ensure that I have 3 1-liter bottles filled and kept for the whole day. I make sure that I complete those 3 bottles, so that I know I've had my 3 liters of water. If you keep just one bottle and you have to remember to replenish it every now and then, there is a possibility you might forget. And so this is a good reminder that there are 3 bottles which, if you've not finished by night, you've not actually had the quota of water. So that's a good way of remembering, and I suggest that you do that too. So hydration extremely important, and to make your hydration a little bit more interesting, what you could also do is you could add some chia seeds to your water, you could add some mint to your water, ginger, you can make it a little tastier, a little bit of honey, so you can keep these bottles filled with all these things, so you don't just feel like you're sipping on plain simple water, even though that is a lovely thing to do. But if you want to make your water interesting, you can add that. That's chia seeds add a lot of protein, the taste with the mint, the little ginger, etc. adds to a lot of energy that you can actually get through the day. So hydration, an extremely important factor. Minimum 3.5 to 4 liters of water I would suggest if you are going to be running as much as you do. And of course, hydrating when you run is a completely different ball game altogether. So here I'm mixing some chia seeds. These are some excellent antioxidants. So a little bit of chia seeds in your bottle of water. Then I would use some lime, and actually I can even paste the ginger with that. So let's first squeeze the ginger. Maybe you can add some lime to it to add pressure. Okay. And what I would do is also throw the crushed ginger inside as is, so the taste continues to remain. And then add some nicely rinsed and washed tea leaves, which is your pudina, mint leaves, and just close it, mix it, let it soak, and whenever you're ready, refreshing, tasty, and an excellent antioxidant. Must do. Give it a shot. This is a concoction, or rather a lovely antioxidant shown to me by Pushpa, who's my friend and dietitian. Leave your comments in the comment box and tell me whether you like it. It'll be great. Give it a shot. Okay, so to sum it up, nutrition and hydration are critical components of your training regime. Without these two, you can't get to the results that you want. Okay, so make sure you follow it to the T as much as you can. Keep it healthy, keep it nice. So if you like today's video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.